Hey guys, welcome back to the library's channel. Today I'm starting a series of videos. I'm going to be doing tutorials on how to crochet. Crocheting is one of my favorite hobbies and I'd like to share it with all of you. So if you've ever been interested in crochet but don't know where to begin or having trouble getting started, I'm hoping these videos will help. So stay tuned and we'll get started. I'm starting with a piece I've already begun so that I can show you a few things about crochet before I jump into how to make the stitch. So crochet is worked in rows from right to left. So here I have 1, 2, 3, and then I've just started my 4th row. You go from right to left and then you flip the work and go from right to left again to build row after row after row. You hold the work in your left hand with the hook in your right hand, and you control the tension of the yarn with your left index finger. How you hold the yarn is kind of up to you. Some people will kind of weave it between their fingers. I'm not even really sure how, because that's not how I do it. I basically just pinch it between my index finger and my middle finger, and I hold on to the work with my middle finger and my thumb, kind of like that. A note for left-handed writers out there. I am left-handed, but as you can see, I crochet right-handed. You can learn to crochet left-handed, but you'll have to flip all of your patterns and tutorials and do it backwards. And I just felt that would be confusing, so I chose to learn this way. But that's really up to you which way you choose to learn. So I'm going to jump in here to how to make a double crochet stitch. Double crochet is probably the most common stitch you'll see in patterns. It can be manipulated like any crochet stitch into a lot of different designs, ranging from very intricate lace to something simple like I have in front of me. So the first thing you do is wrap the yarn around the hook once. That is called yarn over. And then you have to insert the hook into the work because you're going to bring up another loop. Remember, it's all just loops and knots. But where does the hook go? This really confused me when I was first starting. You insert the hook into the next stitch of the row below. So right here, each of these posts is a stitch. Let me stretch that so you can see the individual stitches. This post right here, this is our next stitch, and this gap, that is where the hook will go. Another way to look at it, if we flip this so that we're looking down at it, each one of these little V's is a stitch. So we need to put the hook underneath those 2 strands that make that V shape. Let me try to spread that out a little bit. There you go. So I'm going to go back now. I'm going to yarn over, insert the hook into that gap right under that little V. In one motion, I'm going to grab onto the working yarn with my hook and pull it back through that gap. And so now I have 3 loops on my hook. All right, we're almost there. We're going to yarn over again, pull through 2 of those loops, yarn over one more time, and pull through the last 2. And that's how you make one double crochet stitch. Let me do that again slowly. Yarn over, insert into the next stitch of the row below, grab onto that working yarn, pull it through, 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So I'm going to work to the end of my row here, and then I'm going to show you what to do when you get to the end of your row and need to turn around. So now I've come to the end of my row. I need to turn the work and begin again. But I don't have anything to work with here at the beginning. I can't just turn around and start. I need a starting stitch before I can start with the double crochets. So I'm going to do what's called a chain. I'm going to make a chain 3. I'm going to explain that a little bit more when I go over how to start from scratch. But I'm going to wrap the yarn over the hook, and I'm going to pull it through the loop that's on my hook. That's one chain. I'm going to do that again and one more time. Now I have 3 chains. This is what's going to start as, or count as, my first stitch. Now I'm able to turn the work around and begin again with my double crochets. But here's another thing to watch out for. I'm not going to put the hook in this first stitch right here. We already have a stitch there. It's the chain 3. So I need to start with the double crochets here in this stitch. Otherwise, I'm going to end up with an extra stitch, and then things will get wonky looking really quickly. But by moving to the next stitch, I keep everything nice and lined up, and I can just keep going down the row. So now that I've shown you what it's supposed to look like, now we can go back and start a new piece from scratch. So the first thing we need is a loop on our hook so that we can start working. So we're going to make a slip knot. A slip knot is just a loose knot that you use to start all your crochet projects. In order to make a slip knot, you're going to wrap the end of your yarn over itself just like this, and then through this hole you're going to pull up a loop with the end of that yarn. Okay, this is not a tight knot. See, it slides, and if we kept pulling on it, it would just pop, come right out. So let me show you how to make that one more time. Cross the yarn over like this and pull through a loop like this. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let me do that again. I got a little tangled up there. Let me show you that one more time just so you can see nice and clearly. Wrap it over like that. Pull a loop through like that. Okay. So before I mentioned something called chains, and we saw that we needed a chain 3 to be our first stitch. Well, we also need a long chain to start crocheting into, because, you know, right now I don't have anything to stitch into. So we're going to do exactly what we did before. Yarn over, pull through the loop. Oh, mine's a little tight. Let me loosen that up a bit. Yarn over, pull through the loop, one chain. Yarn over, pull through the loop, 2 chains. Yarn over, 3, 4, 5, and you just keep going for however long you need your project to be. Patterns will tell you what number of chains to start with, especially for more intricate stitches. You'll need to start with say a number that's divisible by 3 or 4 or something like that. So we only need a few here just so I can show you how it works. And now I want to show you where on the chain you insert your hook. So if you're looking at it, this kind of has 2 sides. One side has those V's like we saw on the top of the stitches in the started work, and the other side has these little bumps. If I turn it just like that, you can see each of these little bumps. That's where we're going to be counting our chains and inserting our hook. So right now I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 chains on my hook. The loop that's on your hook, that doesn't count as a chain. So if you'll remember, now I want to get started with my double crochets. If you'll remember though, we need the chain 3 starting stitch. So I'm going to add 3 more. I want to keep 14 stitches across, so I'm going to add 3 more stitches or chains. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to start crocheting in the 4th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes I need a little help to wiggle that through. There we go. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And now I have my first stitch, my chain 3, and my first regular double crochet. And then I just keep going into the chain just like that. And when I get to the end, I'll turn just the way I showed you before. So here I've come to the end of my row, and we're going to do exactly what we did before with the purple yarn. We're going to chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, turn the work, yarn over. Not going to insert here, that would give us an extra stitch. We're going to insert right here, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, whoops, I dropped it, pull through 2. There we go. See, even if you drop a stitch, it's really easy to get everything back in order. Next time I'll probably go over single crochet, and I'd also like to make a video about how to make a hat. So stay tuned for that. That's something I'd like to do before the end of winter. Alright, so after that really basic crochet tutorial, you can now make scarves, even blankets, anything that's in a rectangle, you can do now. So keep practicing, and I'll have more videos in the near future with other stitches. And let us know what you want to see. We want to hear from you. Reach out to us on our website at dcls.org. Let us know what you want to see, what kind of programs you want to participate in, and we'll make it happen. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like this, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.